Hi everyone, welcome to Jennifer's Kitchen where memories are made, independent consultant for Pampered Chef. I'm getting ready to make dinner and our plan was to have brats, homemade mac and cheese, and then some leftover fresh fruit that we had mixed up together. Now, unfortunately, the winds have been howling in Nebraska for the last 2.5, 3 weeks and our grill will not stay lit. So, I was like, can I do that in my Pampered Chef quick cooker? And the answer is yes, Jennifer. Yes, you can do it in your Pampered Chef quick cooker. And if you happen to have an Instant Cooker, your Instant Cooker. So I am doing this for the very first time. You're gonna go along with me as I'm doing this. And let's get started here. We're gonna start by browning 2 minutes on each side the brats. And Ellie is here. Say hi to Ellie. Ellie's our little cooking assistant. All right. So, I'm gonna get the insert to my quick cooker. I was using it earlier. It was drying out. Okay, now down here on the settings, we're gonna go to sear, which is what we're going to do. We're going to put it on sear. If you're using an Instapot, it's gonna be saute. So I'm gonna scroll wherever it's at. Okay, the blue light for sear is now on. And I'm just gonna click on start. It automatically goes for 20 minutes. If I need longer than that, I can. The great thing about this is you can do multiple brats, like you can pile them up and do multiple, but to sear them, you know, you're gonna have to be in a single layer. So we like Hy-Vee brats, we like the flavored brats. So these are the kids'. These are, I think they're cheddar and bacon, or just cheddar. The Instapot's still warming up here a bit. I'm gonna put these guys in. And then, you know what? I might have room to put in the cheddar jalapeno ones. Those are the ones my husband and I like. Well, I might have room to do 6 in here. The trick is when you're doing 2 different kinds and they both have cheddar in them, is remembering which is which, because the kids won't like the jalapeno ones. And it looks like I am only going to comfortably have room for 4. So that's fine. So I'll give you guys a little bit to like watch what I'm doing, and then we'll get back to finishing the process. Okay guys, I'm getting pretty good. Well, I wouldn't say pretty good. I am getting better at my camera skills on how to position a camera. I set my tripod up on the island so you guys can see better. This is great. So you can hear my brats are sizzling, and I always use rubber spatulas or something that's not going to poke it. You don't want to like use a fork and poke holes in your bratwurst. Otherwise, we're gonna be breaking open and stuff during the cooking process. They might still a little, but you reduce the risk. As you can tell, I need new ones, and I should probably order the Pampered Chef ones. So I'm just gonna sit here and try and loosen it up. There we go. It's okay that those brown spots are on the bottom. You'll see what we'll do with those later. And I'm just gonna turn them. Remember, we wanna do all 4 sides. Now, this is also great, like if you live in an apartment or something, or even if you live in a duplex or something, but you can't have a grill, you can do that, or you can just cook them in here and then toss them on the grill to get a little bit of a grilly flavor. So we're gonna keep doing this until they're browned on all 4 sides. All right, so I'm ready to pull these last two out. And we can see the browning at the bottom of the pan, but that's okay because it's going to add to the flavor when we steam these. According to what I read, a lager would work best if you're going to use a beer to have that beer flavor infused. I don't have a lager on hand, but I do have the Star Snake Dank IPA, which is a very dark beer made by Kincaid Brewing Company. I'm gonna use that. Now, if you don't wanna use alcohol, that's fine. You can use a cup of water instead. But if you like that beer flavor, the alcohol does cook out and you can use a beer. So I'm gonna add this in with that browning down there. And it's gonna steam up a little bit. Okay. Because it's still hot from its searing mode. Okay, so these are Pampered Chef scrapers. You can order them, but also if you order stoneware, which is by far my favorite product of all time from Pampered Chef, you get them free with every stoneware you order. But what you want to do is you want to take something, and of course, you don't want to use something that's like going to scrape up your metal insert. So I'm gonna use this, and what I'm doing is I'm just trying to scrape that stuff from the brats that's stuck to the bottom. So that way we can get that flavor from those brats that's seared at the bottom into our brats. And maybe I should have loosened it up a little bit before I started, because guess what? That's hot, and this spatula is not quite deep enough. Okay. So I got some of those bits up. They're floating around. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick in my rack. This is the most common rack. This is the rack that always comes with an quick cooker. It does not come with an Instapot. If you happen to own an Instapot, you should get something like this. It's versatile between both. And like I said, this is where I was talking, that you can pile them up and go all the way to the max fill line right here. Don't know if you can see that. You can see the printing right here. And you can stack them up. So I'm just gonna start stacking them. Remember, I have two different kinds, so I have kept track. So these are all my cheddar jalapeno ones. And then I'm going to stick my bacon cheddar ones on top, so I know that they're there, those. And then I'm gonna put my lid on. So now I'm just gonna leave my Instapot on custom cook. So I'm gonna click on custom. And then I'm going to select time, and then I'm going to go to 6 minutes. And then I'm going to click on start. So again, don't forget, make sure you hit your button so your button is in the up position, the vent is in the down position, so it can build up its steam. Also, if you're using frozen brats, you can use frozen brats, and what you would do is you would do the custom cook instead of 6 minutes, 8 minutes, and then you would sear them. So if you happen to be working with frozen, that's what you can do. So now I need to start working on the homemade macaroni and cheese, and if this should be done before the macaroni and cheese is, that's fine because it automatically goes to keep warm. I'll just let it naturally release steam and let it keep on warm. So along with the brats, I'm making homemade mac and cheese, which by the way is super easy, and it is a family favorite in our household. My husband has this great pot where you have the pot and then you have the insert for the strainer. This is the one I like to use when I'm making macaroni and cheese because it's just simplified and less dishes in my opinion, and just easier. So I'm gonna add my elbow macaroni. Just buy the cheap elbow macaroni from the store. I'm gonna add in this one, and then I'm gonna add some of the other ones. Like I said, this is a family favorite. Of course, I've already added water to my pot, and I have it on high so it'll boil. Go. So now, as we all know, or unless you haven't made macaroni before, now we're just going to let it cook until about 10 minutes once it comes to boiling. It's not to boiling yet because I just turned it on. We're going to wait for it to get to boiling, let it boil for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to put the rest together, which is really easy. Velveeta cheese and milk. That's all there is to it, and everyone will love it. So I'll let you guys watch the process of getting it to boil. If you're not sure how much water to add, I usually just add in way more water than I need because then I don't have to worry about it. But if you've made macaroni and cheese before, you know how much water you should probably add. So here we go. So truly, the best way to test if your noodles are done is to do a taste test. I mean, there's really no way around it. So I'm gonna take one noodle here, stick it in my hand. Yes, our noodles are done. They're perfect. Depends on how you like your noodles. I like them soft. Some people like them dente, which is a little bit left of the being soft. I like them soft. So I'm going to take that off, and we're going to drain them. So this is a big reason why I like this pot so much. I can just pull it out. I'm going to set it here on the other side of my sink. I'm going to dump this water. Let that go down. Meanwhile, I'm letting my other noodles sit over here. I can move them over here now that the water's drained and let those drain. I might shake them around a little bit to get the extra water off. Oh yeah, there's extra water. Okay, we're just gonna let those sit for a minute and finish draining. So I can't tell you how much cheese and milk to add because it's all going to depend on how many noodles you have. You want it to be cheesy and creamy. Unless you like less cheese, then cut back on the cheese. So like I said, Velveeta cheese. Don't use imitation Velveeta cheese. It doesn't melt quite right. So use Velveeta cheese. I'm gonna add that to my pot. I did about, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 12 ounces. I think I'm about 10 ounces. I'm gonna add that to the pan. My pan is still hot. You can hear it simmering. And I'm just gonna add, I don't know, I would say I'm adding about 1/4 cup of milk. And then I'm gonna take my noodles, which fit in my little strainer part of the pan, and I'm gonna dump that in. And get all my noodles scraped out here. I'm gonna start stirring. Basically, I'm working it into melting and deciding, is this enough? Is it creamy enough? Do I need more milk? Do I need more cheese? If it's really sticky, I probably need some more milk. Right now, I'm doing okay. Stirring this all into a melting phase. I still have my Velveeta cheese sitting out in case I need to cut up some more. So that was actually perfect. Look at this cheesy goodness. I didn't have to add any additional milk or any additional cheese, but again, play with it. Maybe this is too cheesy for you and you want less cheese. Again, I made a big batch because it is a family favorite. Now, time to get back to our brats, which have finished and have been sitting on warm. Okay, so now it's time to check on our brats, and I'm gonna click on the thing to finish releasing any steam that may be left. Remember, I've left it automatically goes to the keep warm setting and natural release. So there may not be a lot of steam to let out, but there is a little. And you're gonna see this red thing drop when all the steam is done. There it went. We'll take the lid off. And there are our brats. And remember, the top two were just the bacon cheddar, and the rest are the jalapeno cheddar. I kept track. Otherwise, the kids may have eaten the jalapeno ones and they wouldn't have been too okay with that. So you can tell down here at the bottom, you can see the beer mixture along with the remnants of when we seared them. Look at those beautiful brats. Okay. Okay, so now dinner is served. I have my macaroni and cheese. I have my brats. I have my buns. I have the toppings. And then I've got the pepper because my husband loves pepper on his mac and cheese. I think it's gross, but he likes it. And the only last thing for me to add is our mixed fruit bowl, and dinner is served. I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is a quick, easy meal idea. If you live in an apartment or don't have a grill, it's a great way to cook brats. Thank you all for joining, and you all have a great evening. Bye. Goodbye, Ellie.